Yeah, okay, so from a working musician's perspective,
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. Couldn't say one bad thing about it. From a, like, for the music that I want to make, type of scene, I'm going to build a community.
Yeah.
It's going to take me a few years, but I'm going to do it. Because I'm not going to be the type of guy who bitches and moans that there need to be more alternative rock nights and there need to be, how come bands A, B, and C don't tour through here, but they'll go to Shreveport, etc., etc., etc. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be the...
They drive around Louisiana for the most part.
Yes.
They drive right around it.
Yes,
They'll go from
I've noticed
Texas
this.
to Florida.
Listen,
They'll head north.
I've paid attention to this since I got here, you know. And when I first got here, I got to be honest, I wasn't planning on starting a band. I work in singer-songwriter circles. I write daily. Pretty decent as a producer. So I was like, I'll come over and be a songwriter and a producer. That was my only goal. I landed up getting the opportunity to allow myself to push that further, and that's what led me to Deep Sleep Atlantic, which is a whole nother story. But in regards to that would be the only negative. There needs to be more of a scene. I hope to try and contribute and build that scene.
Sure, yeah.
You know?
There needs to be some kind of congealing. There is a lot of activity here, but it's a lot of individual activity.
Yes.
And I don't know of any one vein that kind of gets together. Like the venues don't all network with each other, or the booking agents don't all network with each other, or
Nope.
you know, the gigging bands. Some do, some don't, but I mean, for the most part, you won't see a bunch of them working with each other, you know, these different veins. And I'm not sure why that is. I think it's in every facet of life down here.
Yeah.
Don't know why, because we're still hospitable.
Yeah.
There is that southern hospitality.
Without a doubt.
But at the same time, you know, at the end of the night, I go my way and you go yours, and you know, it's unspoken.
Yeah.
Which is very odd. Did you experience something to the contrary, like say in England? Was there not so much a scene, I guess, but the cooperation?
There is a scene, and similar in regards to here, in that there's cooperation depending on who it is.
Sure.
You know, because there is more of a scene for this type of music down there, or up there. Like the cooperation seems to happen. You know, like, listen, there's always going to be those band members or those bands that are very standoffish. And a lot of musicians aren't social or are socially awkward.
Sure.
So sometimes it's not even a done on purpose type characteristic.
Sure.
So sometimes people feel standoffish just because, right? So sometimes even within those scenes, it doesn't always exist. But typically, if you find the right type of people, it's no different to finding your tribe, right? That's what they say, right? You got to find your tribe. It's the same thing. And like down here, you know, we've been doing a couple gigs, and we're starting to find a few people that we're totally gonna do stuff more with. And hey, these guys kind of are thinking along the same kind of bigger picture as us.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with these dudes. Or hey, these guys are really good, but maybe they just need to kind of piggyback with us for a while and stuff like that. And so yeah, I think the cooperation is there. I just think that the scene for this type of music is so small. On this kind of underground level, it's so small. Because obviously, if you are the Foo Fighters and you come into town, everybody's going.
Everybody's going to work with you too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and yeah, so like I think it is there. I think it's just, music's interesting, and I'm sure it's the same for all the scenes. But like, the moment people start seeing a little bit of success, everybody's interested. And they'll even like share your post and be like, hey, that's my buddy. But when you, at these grassroots levels, where you're trying to get people to share your stuff, oh, I'm so sorry. Hey!
I think they want to get interviewed too.
Yeah, sorry about that.
At the grassroots level.
Yeah. So I think at the grassroots level, people, I'm going to bring social media into it, okay? Mm-hmm. We've all become so important. We're so important. My life's more important than yours. Yours is more important than this guy. That guy's more important than her. And heaven forbid I destroy my timeline by telling people about your podcast. Mm-hmm. Because, oh, man, that ruins my timeline. No one cares about your timeline. None of that's real. None of it's real. And maybe that's easy for me to say because I come from a time when that didn't exist.
Yeah, I think our generation, that's the case. And it's now like we're the blind martyr in the street screaming. Everybody's like, he does not know where he is.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's true. We were there.
Exactly.
You know?
And the worst part about it is like, listen, I said it earlier, if you want to live through that, like you want to be the person on the screen, that's your life, that's all you have to, I don't want to say that's all you have to contribute, but if that's all you feel you want to contribute, that's okay. I'm not trying to tell anybody how they should or shouldn't live their lives, right?
Yeah.
You want to do that, that's cool. I look at it from more of a, at least what I consider to be a bigger picture kind of thing. I have to use social media. I'm in a band. Without social media, no one would even know we exist.
Sure.
Right? So I've got to be on all of these platforms. But I think the platforms need to come with more of a disclaimer, which it might in those terms and conditions. No one reads them, right? But I feel for people of a certain generation and of a certain age, to think that that's what you need to compare your life to, that's scary stuff, dude. Because, hey, you might put that you just got a freaking Ferrari. Hey, I got my Ferrari. And I'll go, oh, I don't have a Ferrari.
Yeah.
And instant dopamine crashes, and now I'm depressed, and everything about life sucks.
Yeah.
That's not true. Life is incredible. Life is hard, but it's incredible. It just depends on your outlook.
Yeah.
So if your only outlook is comparing it to everything that's good in the world from somebody else's life, you're going to be miserable.
You know, earlier we were speaking about how the different genres still have the same bones. You know what I find funny about social, and I guess it just occurred to me. In marketing, there's only a few different tools you can use. They say, in general, there's 6 main tools that, you know, built everything on Earth. You know, it's the wheel, it's the wedge, it's the fulcrum, it's these things. In marketing, there's, you know, the bandwagon approach and, you know, validation, things of this nature. It's a marketing ploy. The whole thing is a marketing ploy, but it still operates on those basic principles. Yeah. The bandwagon and the validation, those things. But they get you every time. I mean, and people don't know how to separate that from real life because they feel like it's self-validating because it's a testament or a capture of real life, when in all actuality it's not, you know. So I mean, it's a great tool for us, you know, you with the band, me with the website and getting the word out, of course, but at the same time I think that perhaps we take it at more than just face value. Like we know what's behind it, you know.